we will be talking about functions, and I'll be telling you guys about why functions are called first class citizens in JavaScript. So JavaScript gives you a lot of flexibility when you are working with functions. So there are three things you need to understand. That the very first thing is you can assign a function to any variable. Okay, you can create a variable. Let's create one const greet. Greet. Okay, I can create a function and assign that function to this variable. I'll just do console log. Let's say good morning. Okay, now I can use this variable to call this function greet. I can call this like this. I can write and run this file node, then your file name function.js. I'll run this and I can see good morning is printed on the terminal. Now the other thing we can do is we can basically pass them as an argument to another function. So let's say I'll be calculating something. Okay, now let me create a function calculate. Okay, now we'll just calculate something and return. I will return that value. Now let's suppose I want to pass a function which can basically sum two variables. So let me create one other function above this function which can basically sum two. Okay, in this function I can basically pass two arguments x and y, and I can basically return the sum like this. Okay, like this. Now I can basically use this function as an argument for this. So I can, let's say, pass another variable along with this sum2 function. Okay, now I can do what? I can return something, some calculation, like I want to multiply this z with the sum 2. Okay, sum 2 takes two arguments, so we'll have to pass to two arguments from here, x comma y comma z. Okay, now I can utilize this calculate function. So I can say calculate. I can pass, let's say, three numbers 2 3 2 3 comma 4. Okay, and I can also pass this function as an argument and calculate. So instead of sum 2 I can call it any other, can call it with another name so that you don't get confused. I can rename it summing. Let's say can pass the two variables x and y. So I'll run this, I'll comment out this for now. Okay, I'll run the file again. I'll clear the terminal so that you can see the results. So let me run this. So right now we haven't consoled out the output, so let me just do the console so that we can see the output. Okay, now we got 20. So we passed some arguments into the sum function, and we get your x and y is 2 plus 3, that's 5, into 4, you got 20. So you can utilize any function as an argument as well. So you can pass function as an argument. So this gives you another way of basically using the function. So it gives you flexibility. Now let's move to the last case. You can even return a function from another function. Let's see an example. Okay, so suppose there is a function in which we are basically, let's say, greeting only. We are just greeting. Okay, but I don't want to initially call that function, so I can create another function and basically use them like this: hello. So this is one example where we are returning another function. So this function will not console the value directly. It will basically return another function. So let me just create a variable to store this function. This function will return another function. So let me call it say hello. Okay, we'll say greet, we'll call this, and we will get something like say hello. You can call that again, and yeah, now we can run this and we can see hello got printed. So the thing is, JavaScript is giving you a lot of flexibility when it comes to the use of functions. That's why JavaScript is called, in JavaScript we call functions as a first class citizen. So you can give these reasons whenever there is an interview. You can tell the interviewer that these three reasons are there why we call them as first class citizens. So yeah, this is for this video. We'll see more concepts in the coming videos. Stay tuned.